People live here because it's basically one of the last remaining rural areas in Rockland.
I don't need for Walmart to come in and completely change the character of my community.
"35 miles north of New York City sits a plot of land known as Minneskiango. This property is surrounded by state wetlands. Formerly, it was used as a sand and gravel pit, but has been left undisturbed for decades to be reclaimed by the wild. This spot is about a mile down the road from where I grew up.
Every customer that's come in my store, and I've had the opportunity to speak to them, have all been opposed to it. Not so much because they're opposed to Walmart, that's a matter of your shopping behavior, but because of the impact it's going to have on the character of the neighborhood. Okay, this is, I'll show you if you want a quick diagram of what's going on. And this is what they want to do, 135,000 square foot Walmart. Why don't they do something that's different?
And people are used to.
Something people will come to rather than be drawn away from.
That's right, that's right. I will definitely sign.
You got it. By the time we wake up and know what's happening, it's going to be too late. So you have to stop it before it gets started.
You can imagine that this is all a parking lot right here.
They're gonna have to fill dirt of this whole area and that whole area and cut down all those trees and fill it up to the top of these survey stakes. That's how tall this is gonna have to be. This is a natural area for all the water to flow. It's gonna have no place to go. And this area could be so beautiful. This could be such a resource for the community. It could really be something incredible, you know?
This is a very, very large tract of land. Developers never come in and say, what would be a good use of this land? They come in and say, you know, let's put houses here, let's put apartment buildings here, let's put mega stores here. But maybe the communities don't want them. Maybe there would be a better use of this land.
The County of Rockland is in a $95 million deficit right now. This is going to generate sales tax. I have numerous senior citizens, and they go up to the Super Walmart in Harriman, and who's receiving that sales tax revenue? If they open up the store here, then the senior citizens are going to be going here and shopping here. And they're on fixed incomes, and they're going to be looking for, you know, the best buy at the best price.
There are lots of stores that will go under. And I know it's a market economy, I know it's capitalism, and sometimes the largest stores eat the smaller stores. But we also have to think about quality of life. We have to think about the intrinsic value of what it means to have community stores where people know you, where you feel comfortable walking in. You walk in and somebody knows exactly what aisle you might want to go to, and they'll call you by name. That's a quality of life issue in regards to communities supporting each other, communities knowing each other, communities caring about who lives there.
We felt that to build something there that would provide jobs, maybe not the best jobs in the world, but jobs that people need right now in this economy. You have to market what you have, and when you do get viable stores that are willing to come in and develop it at their cost, then you know what? You got to say, let's open the door, let's get them in here.
I'd also like to see my hometown prosper. But like many others in the community, I'm hesitant to believe the claim that a Walmart will bring long-term economic growth. And I'd like to believe that there's a way to reach that goal without having to sacrifice the natural spaces I grew up with. This tradition, it reminds me of my childhood. It makes me feel closer to my religion and to my family and to the place I grew up. Every year until I went away to college, I would help my dad build the sukkah as far as I can remember.
You do that. I'll do this.
The roof of a sukkah is supposed to be made out of organic debris. The reeds that we get from the Miniskiango swamp is perfect for this.
And all the businesses around this area are going to go out of business. There are small families of business that gets fed from those businesses. What do you do with them? To be in a professional business and have a $4 a prescription, that doesn't make sense. You went to school for all these things and to care for people and give that services at the same time and educating people. You don't get that at Walmart.
A random store that comes in and has an employee who, from 1 minute to the next, doesn't know if he or she is going to be there because they don't know if they can make it financially, is not a store that I want to shop in.
The criticism has been, well, these are only temporary jobs. I mean, Matt, are we then supposed to just completely ignore the carpenters, the electricians, the plumbers, the masons, the iron workers, and so on? Are we just supposed to say, okay, they don't matter because they're only temporary jobs? They're in a field where every job is a temporary job. Nothing is a permanent job. We have a chance now, not only with this supermarket, but we're looking at other construction down along the river to some of our bigger sites to have major growth going on. The process that a developer must go through in the state of New York is more restrictive than any other state in the nation. We require by state law that this entire process be completed. And it is a very diligent, very thorough, very examining process where everything is looked at. And now all of a sudden people come out and oppose it.
This is the town's attempt at notifying the public.
I can't read that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Okay, so here it says, Town of Haverstraw Zoning Board of Appeals, Notice of Public Hearing. This is almost to be covered with grass at this point. And it was laying kind of like this. I don't think they did such a good job in notifying the public on this one.
Why did they wait until the 11th hour to come in and say, oh, well, we may not like this?
Why is it that we are never until the 11th hour notified of all this happening? I'm talking about environment, children, school district, everything that's going to be affected by this. I think it's a travesty, and I think that once and for all, our opinions should count.
One of the things that really strikes me is the general lack of awareness of the residents of this project, the enormity of it, and the stage that it's in. It would almost appear as though we were intentionally trying to hide what was going on here.
And then we can say, well, Walmart or any type of big lot store is going to bring economic prosperity to us. But it's only illusionary economic prosperity. It's only going to last a short period of time. I'm hearing store owners talking about working, 7 days a week, full day shifts because they can't afford to pay the rent. They're already struggling with this burden of bringing these big lot stores back into the community. The burden's going to be too much, and they're going to have to leave.
The doctors in the area are telling patients to go to Walmart for $4 prescription. That's what I went to professional school for.
You bring Walmart here, and you bring very disgruntled workers. You bring strikers. You bring people standing on the road striking.
This is too big for this area. It's going to fail. you're going to be left holding the bag. The taxpayers of Haverstraw are once again going to be left holding the bag.
When you think about the fact that you might be looking at job creation, you might also be looking at job destruction.
So please shut this down and don't let this happen.
We've listened patiently to everyone's story, and again, we have empathy for you. But we are very narrowly focused here. It's about the size of a parking space and the size of a parking lot. Will an undesirable change be made to the neighborhood? Municipio Park sits along State Route 202 at the intersection.
After several months of hearings, the town approved the development. Jeff, along with some of the other small business owners, have filed a lawsuit against the town, with hopes to appeal the decision.